What's up, guys? So I'm finally going to finish the Q&A. All I have left are the Mass Effect questions, so I'm going to answer them right now. Hey! They say that Mass Effect 3 will be the last Mass Effect game with Shepard, but not the last Mass Effect game. How do you think they will continue the series, and do you think that James Vega could be the new main protagonist in the series continuing? I don't think they're gonna do James Vega as the continuing series protagonist, just because BioWare has said that James Vega is a lot like Shepard, and that just would seem too repetitive in my opinion. If they're gonna do something new, they really should do something completely new and not have a protagonist that is a lot like Shepard. So I doubt it's gonna be James Vega. But yeah, I talk more about that in that Mass Effect talk, so if you want to know what my ideas, some of the ideas that I have for the Mass Effect series after Mass Effect, after Mass Effect 3, that's where I talk about it, in Mass Effect talks after Mass Effect 3. Do you think those Citadel discounts everyone exploited will come back and bite ya in the butt? I could not help but notice one playthrough that every store is run by a different council race. I doubt it, but I don't know. I mean, maybe, but I really don't think so. I don't think that they're probably not even going to go into that. At least, in my opinion, I don't think it's a big issue. Do you think Shiala from Pharos in Mass Effect 1 and Ilium in Mass Effect 2 is a new Thorian or a very valuable source of info? Just what she said in Mass Effect 2 kind of gave me pause. Yeah, I agree. If you didn't kill her in Mass Effect 1, she does return in Mass Effect 2 on Ilium. And I don't think she's a new Thorian, but I do think she is an important character. I think she is going to return for Mass Effect 3. I don't know, I just think the idea of the Thorian and the storyline there was just too big for it to be completely forgotten. So yeah, I think Shiala has a bigger role than we think. What do you think of the Virmire survivors' reaction to Shepard on Horizon? And what do you think of Shepard's reaction to them? This person's talking about Kaidan or Ashley, whoever survived on Virmire. I've experienced both. I've experienced Ashley when I had romanced her in my previous Mass Effect, and I experienced that with my main Shepard. When I first saw it, I was like, that's messed up. It was always kind of like, what the hell? And I always knew that the Virmire survivor wasn't going to be in your party, but for them to just like give you the cold shoulder like that was really, it was just kind of messed up. I mean, I was like, that sucks. So I really took it, like I really felt for my Shepard, because I've said this in a previous video, that my Shepard, I feel like my Shepard really was in love with Ashley, and for her to react like that, it was just like really hard on my Shepard. When it comes to my female Shepard and the reaction from Kaidan, I felt kind of the same way, but for some reason I took it like she was pissed, and not so she was hurt, but like pissed. Like she's like, oh hell no. And now I'm romancing Garrus, so in Mass Effect 3, when Kaidan comes back and he's like, I'm sorry, she's gonna like, whoosh. So my female Shepard is not gonna go back to Kaidan. Oh, hells no. She's gonna stay with Garrus. But when it comes to my male Shepard and the reaction that Ashley had, he is gonna go back to Ashley. I do want to continue that relationship, so it's a different type of hurt. It was like hurt, but he's like, oh, I miss Ashley type of thing. So when she comes back, he's gonna be like, oh, Ashley, it's okay. As for my Shepard reaction, that's what I already explained, the reaction, but when it comes to the actual options, when you choose, I was kind of disappointed, actually. Like, I really wanted Shepard to defend himself more. Like, I wanted him to, like, explain and be like, girl, don't even go there. You don't even know. You don't even know. You know, and he didn't really he didn't really defend himself. He was just like, oh, hey Ash, what's up? You know, he was like pretending nothing was wrong. Like he had just gone to the grocery store and like came back, and then he was like, what? I don't know. I just didn't, I really wish there was more options of like defending himself and being like, are you freaking kidding me? How was I gonna call you if I was dead? I don't know. It's just, Ashley was just, I got mad when Ashley reacted the way she did. Because she was acting like he wasn't dead. She reacted to him like he just left. And was like, why didn't you call me? I was like, well, Garrus, default male Shepard, elusive man. You gotta sleep with one, marry one, and kill one. Go! This was probably my favorite question of all. I don't know why. I just started cracking up when I read that. And I think it was because of the mental images that I was having in my head. I was like, so whoever wrote that, thank you. You made my day when I read that. But I got it. I know what I would do. I would sleep with male Shep. I would marry Garrus, and I would kill the elusive man. Why? Okay, this is why. Default male Shep? I mean, come on. He is not ugly. He you know, he's nice. Garrus, I don't know, just sleeping with Garrus is kind of weird, so I'd marry him. He looks like a really good partner. The elusive man? I wouldn't marry the elusive man. Maybe sleep with him? This is where the whole cracking me up came. When I started to think of the elusive man, I was like, would I sleep with the elusive man? But the elusive man, I think I would kill. Because, I mean, he's awesome. He's an awesome character. But when you're talking about, when you're putting male Shep, male default Shep, or the elusive man, I mean, come on. At least when it comes to me, it's like, I think I'll take male Shep. And elusive man, pop. What is your opinion of Shepard? I mean, how does he stack up to the rest of the video game icons? I really like Shepard. When you compare him to other video game icons, and I'm thinking of other games that are similar, or like first-person type of characters, not like Mario or something like that. I think he holds his ground pretty good. I mean, I think what I like about Shepard is that as awesome that he is, as like indestructible as he is, and like I'm gonna save the galaxy, there's still a very human aspect to him. You still have the feeling that he could fail, and you know, like it's not like freaking Master Chief or something like that, where you're just like, he's never gonna fail, you know? He's gonna like, they're gonna strip him naked and he's gonna be able to pull out a sidearm from like his hair or something, and he's just gonna take everyone out. A lot of them, you can't really see them. Like Master Chief, he's always in his armor and helmet. The guy from Crysis, the same thing. The guy from Dead Space, same thing. And then when it comes to first-person shooters, you don't see your character. I mean, sometimes, but rarely you get to see them. So you don't have that connection that you have with, say, a third-person game like Mass Effect, where you constantly see the character, you hear them talking, and you have choices. You're basically that character. So I think that's what makes Shepard stand out a lot, is that Shepard pretty much becomes the player. You become Shepard. Shepard's very personal when it comes to the gamer. Another character that really jumps out in my mind is Gordon Freeman from Half-Life. He's an awesome character as well. I just wish you could see him more. Like I think the connection with him would be a lot greater if you could see them. So I have this little bias where I prefer third person games, just because you get to see the character and it's more personal in my opinion. So yeah, I think Shepard stands his ground with all these main characters that there are out there. A lot of the really popular ones too, I think. What's your favorite store on the Citadel? Actually, my favorite store on the Citadel was in Mass Effect 2, the one that was called Rodham expeditions. I don't know, I just love this store. Not so much because of what they sold. I mean, they did sell some pretty good stuff. Like, they had this sniper rifle and all that in there. But the Turian that was running the place was freaking hilarious. I loved this Turian. I don't know if you guys remember, but when you ask him about the store, he's talking about hunting and the stuff that he sells, and he's like, imagine yourself, you're in, and he's like pretending he's got this gun, and then he like hides in cover, and Shepard's like, what the hell? I found that so hilarious. And then if you take Legion with you, it's so funny. You guys should check that out on YouTube. He'll say, I don't remember if he says that, if he says this without Legion in your party, but he says, bring me back a Geth head. I want to make like a lamp, like a desk lamp out of it, or a flashlight or something like that. And Legion says something like, I don't agree with that, or something like that. I just thought that was so funny. Do you think the barmaid on Ilium in Mass Effect 2 is Liara's father? I've heard this so much everywhere. A lot of people are wondering whether she's Liara's father or not. And I hadn't really thought about it until you asked me this question. I was always like, whatever, I don't think so. But when I started to read up on more and why people think that she's Liara's father, and the whole thing on Lair the Shadow Broker, where on one of the video cams, and you see her sitting there staring at a picture of a Nasari, and it looks a lot like Liara, and she's like drinking or something. I was like, why would she be staring at that picture? And whether it's Liara or not, I don't know, but it does look a lot like Liara. I want to say no, just because, I don't know. I don't know why I feel like she's not Liara's father. Like, if she was Liara's father, BioWare probably would have gone a different route to introduce her. I don't know. And then some people are like, the way that she talks about Matriarch Benezia. But she wasn't really talking about Matriarch Benezia. She was talking about matriarchs in general. But I don't know. I really have no idea. But I think it could be a possibility that it's her. So I'm going to say I have no idea. Because I could see her being her Liara's father. Because of that picture, because it's like, why the hell would she be looking at a picture of Liara, if that even is Liara? But at the same time, I'm just like, wouldn't they introduce her a different way? I don't know. I have no idea. And then the whole Krogan ancestry thing there, her dad being a Krogan, I kind of doubt that Liara has Krogan in her, but I don't know. I really don't know, so don't quote me on any of this.